Oh man, I'm so excited. I love the rain. And I was just about to take down the Telos TR2 by Sea to Summit, and I noticed that we're gonna get a big storm coming in. So I was like, oh my god, this is a perfect chance. I'm gonna test this thing out. Storm's gonna be winds of 25 to 30 miles per hour, and it's gonna be upwards of 6 inches of rain. Right now we have the inside is completely dry, and it's been out for a couple days now. There's actually a little bit of condensation on the walls, and it's just been showers and stuff. I have the top vent all zipped up, ready to see what's going on, ready for the storm. So let's see what happens. Get this thing locked up, and we'll see if she can survive this pretty fun thunderstorm. Here we are, the rain has started. We're all set up. It's gonna be pouring buckets. So I set up the extra guy lines in the back. We have the white ones, those are the long ones, those goes on the head end. And then down here, we have these gray ones, they're much shorter, and those are for the foot end. And then over here, I decided to unzip the vent because it looks like the raindrops so far have been falling really nicely far away from it. So it looks like the design so far has been working as intended, keeping lots of room for airflow, yet keeping the raindrops at bay. So we're gonna see if that actually holds up. So there's been a break in the rain, so I figured I'd come out and check the tent a little bit. And I noticed a few droplets up there, right on the mesh, under the vent. And then there was a little bit of droplets that I cleaned up that were on the floor. So in order to try to figure out what was actually causing it, I figured I would close that top vent right up here. So I closed that, so when it starts raining hard again, I want to see if the tent might be leaking. So there's a decent amount of condensation going on inside this tent, and that was with the vent open. And now we're going to close the vent, so I would imagine that the condensation will probably get a little bit worse. The rain's supposed to pick up again, and then we'll check back in on it in a couple hours. And then if it's dry, I'll try to sleep in it overnight. If not, we're gonna have to come up with a different game plan. Well, it's morning, everybody, and it certainly rained. That pool was like half full when I went to bed last night. Got enough wind to blow my gate open. And here's our Telos TR2. Looks like I staked it out well. Everything still looks like it's intact. Guy lines are out. Check the vent. Oh, it looks like we did get water on the vent cover, so it's a good thing I decided to close that after I discovered those bits of water. Maybe that's what contributed to it. All right, moment of truth. Let's see what's going on inside. Alright, looks like there is actually some water that pooled over there. A little bit of droplets over here. Yeah, that's a lot of water. On the fly, looks like the fly Up, there's some droplets on the actual tent body over here. Oh, there's lots of droplets right there. That's interesting. So there's lots of drops. You can see my hand, my fingers making a trail actually of water. Although it looks like it's only happening at the very top right here. So I don't know if this would be a condensation issue or maybe there's a leak. But that vent, this is sealed up well, and right near the zipper is dry, but those zippers are touching. Everything else is closed. But you can see we have drops all along here. And then a not insignificant amount of water has pooled right there. So if I was in here, I would have been relatively uncomfortable. At minimum, I would have been nervous and wiping the top with a towel all night. I would have gotten wet. But if this is condensation, if I was inside of this thing, it would have been twice as bad. So my hypothesis is that this thing developed condensation while it was all zipped up in the heavy storm. It needed to be all zipped up because water got in to there as it splashed from the heavy rain. And the ridgeline system, as it's upward facing and pulls the walls up tight, you can actually see that a side effect of that is that it's flat. It even has a slight bowing right here, which is where all the water formed inside the tent. So what we have going on is maybe there's condensation forming inside the tent, and since this is flat, the water just sits there instead of rolling off the sides and down. It's sitting there pooling till it gets droplets, and then you're getting rain from condensation right on top of the tent body. You can just see this pooling, there's large pools of water just like that. So if this was down, you can see the water falling off. If this was down like most other tent designs, maybe they're sitting there laughing like, oh, we thought of that. We thought of that upward ridge system, and we realized that if you get condensation inside the fly, that you're gonna have water pooling and you might get some rain. Drippity drips. I don't know, guys. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. Is this an acceptable amount of water, or is this just like a total fail? The tent is completely dry right now. It's been out for a while, rain stopped. But you can see the only place there's still droplets is right here. And I think the culprit is right here. I think the evidence is in the fact that the whole tent is dry, except for the pools of water on the top. It's sad because I really wanted to like this tent. I love the design. I love how much room you get in it. It's lightweight, it looks nice, has a lot of great features like the light bar and how easy it is to set up and adjust and all the different modes. But I mean, if you're in heavy rains and you're like me, where you're someplace that's hot and humid, I just don't think that this is going to work due to the condensation issues and the fact that there's no place for it to go except for on top of you. Sag.